I was one of the 12 who were arrested on Saturday evening. I was actually during that time legal observing, so wasn't exactly expecting to get arrested. And you know, basically just kind of without much warning, a lot of us were just kind of, you know, grabbed. I didn't see a lot of the arrests myself because I kind of was one of the first arrested and, you know, handcuffed pretty roughly and, you know, and then I was charged with public nuisance and then interference with traffic were the two misdemeanor charges that they gave me. So.
And you lost your bicycle?
And my bicycle, I just claimed it, just got it back. So got my property back just a little bit ago. I was able to get all my stuff back. Found my cell phone and it was in this bag, basically pulled apart. I just put it back together, but.
Is it working?
It's working now because yeah, I had got another battery that's fresh. It wasn't working when the battery that was in it was dead, but.
We don't want to lose sight of why people are concerned. We have a society that's top heavy. People at the top are getting too much money, too much control, and we're losing our democracy and our civil liberties. And I grew up in a country where those things were appreciated. To beat up on whoever they feel like now, especially Occupy or homeless people. People who are disadvantaged are now being treated as if they're worthless.
Yeah, I had an interaction with the police on Saturday night.
Yeah, it was quite an interaction.
Can you tell me what happened?
Sure, we left Peavey Plaza because they wanted us out and we felt like we were going to comply and we didn't want to have a confrontation. We just wanted to assemble and have an encampment for the night. So when they ordered us out, or ordered us to take down our tents and tarps and everything else, we up and left. We took everything, started heading down Nicollet Mall towards where we are now, the People's Plaza, and at about 9th and Nicollet, the cops just decided to attack us. If that attack happened from any other person besides a police officer, it would have been just assault, theft, and a whole manner of other things.
Were you out in the streets?
Yep, I actually got dragged into the street and my face was pushed into the ground. There's 4 cops on my back at the end of the altercation and 11 other people ended up in jail with me on Easter morning. So.
Did you have any property confiscated?
Yeah, I'm actually headed to go get it back right now. Just a backpack and some things, but we have pictures of them taking knives to our tents and just breaking tent poles. And we were trying to avoid a confrontation the whole time, just wanted to enact our First Amendment rights, and we felt that we've had complete reason to not expect an attack, and it was just completely uncalled for and unnecessary. And I think Mayor Rybak needs to order his police to stand down and allow us to do our constitution. But for now, we're making calls to the mayor's office and petitioning him to have some sort of stand-down order for the police.
We're going to talk a lot about what happened with the police reaction and the laws and the way the police come after us, but I think one of the things that isn't talked about is that, you know, Occupy was back, and for the hours we were there, we were showing why we were there. It was a good gathering of people. It recaptured some of that spirit. We had at any given time maybe 100 people, you know, between the two things. You know, we were feeding people. There were homeless folks we were feeding, and there was a chance for people to talk and strategize, and we had a march to Richard Davis's house. He's the CEO of U.S. Bank.
I'm here because of all the injustices in our country. I can't hardly believe it, you know. I can't believe that the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. I can't believe that our government bailed out Wall Street and the banks, and that they continue to get millions of dollars of bonuses, and continue to foreclose on people's houses.
Did you get your property back?
Not yet. The line was too long. I gotta go after the rally, I think. There were 2 people at a time. They were moving slow, so I was just like, all right, I'll come back in a little bit.
I tried not to be arrested, okay? The horse police came out, and they ran to the front of the march, and the animals that were on the horses, they guided the horses in front of everybody, forcing them to remain on the street. And they already had it in for me because I was pointing at them saying, get those animals off the horses.
As you can see, we're in front of City Hall. because on Saturday, April 7th, when Occupy came back for the spring, not that we ever left, but we tried to re-occupy 2 spaces in Minneapolis, we were met with brutal force and suppression of our basic democratic rights.
Brothers and sisters, yes. Friends and enemies alike, I've been with Occupy Minneapolis since it started. However, I have never seen anything so brutal. I've never seen anything so chaotic as I saw 2 nights ago.
That's right. That's right.
2 nights ago, the police surrounded and arrested at random people, young people mostly, for no other crime than standing up for what is right. So we marched down Nicollet back here to the government plaza. On our way, we were ambushed. They surrounded us.
Right.
That's right.
This is a clear-cut case of police brutality.
That's right.
This is something that isn't new to many of us. For many of us around the country, around the world, this is something that happens every day. We're here to denounce R.T. Rybak.
That's right.
That's right.
For being complicit in an act so heinous, so detrimental to our communities and to our people. The police, the governments, the corporations will try to paint us as petty thugs, as people that cause chaos, as people that don't know what they're standing for, people that don't have jobs, people that are just mad because they don't have money. No, these are people that see that this system is failing us and we need to make a new system.
Yeah.
Real quickly, I just want to tell you the guys on May 1st, we're encouraging people to take off work, we're encouraging people to take off school and come down to Loring Park. There's going to be a day of no school, no work, and a day of political actions against the banks and the government as well. I'll see all of you there, and we're going to take back Loring Park. Thank you.
Just this morning, Occupy Homes came to try to halt the sheriff's sale of John Vinci, a veteran who is facing foreclosure, and we were successful. They halted the foreclosure just this morning. That would not have happened if people did not come to this plaza last fall and occupy it and come together with their friends and neighbors to find solutions to the problems that are facing our communities. And the only people who are going to solve that are community members, friends and neighbors standing together. And that's why it's important that our rights to free speech and free assembly are protected so we can continue to build this movement, continue to grow this movement, and we need to stop all attacks now.
I didn't see arbitrary arrests. I saw deliberate arrests. First they went for our legal observers. Then they sabotaged the mainstream press. After that they went for our independent press. And finally they went for the organizers and the marshalers. Some of us were on the sidewalk when it happened. Some of us had 4 cops on our back at the end of the night.
Buddy. Yeah. Thanks for coming. That's what brings us here to the steps of the City Hall today, and it's time to demand that Rybak steps up or is held accountable for his irresponsible call to let the MPD use excessive force against our families. Oh yeah, you betcha, the 5-0's coming to get ya. Yeah, sure. Don't you know, we're never gonna go.
I think I would like to make a demand, and I hope that you would like to make it with me. A few. One, we need to hear from Rybak.
Yes.
A statement denouncing the violence that happened Saturday night. We need to have a public meeting in which he explains what action he will take to prevent it from happening again.
Yeah.
We need to hear what action is going to be taken moving forward against police violence in general, and what accountability structures are going to be set up so that this does not happen. And we need to hear a promise that we will not be evicted from parks and plaza by violent police force.
City
Hall, our City Hall.
Stop killer cops. Police brutality is a reality. Stop killer cops.
Davis isn't paying her taxes.
We realize that.
Who can meet with us?
Who can meet with us?
And what is it?
This is from the horse, backing us up when we were already on the sidewalk.
I would suggest that we leave. We have gotten what we want.
That we leave, we've got what we want.
Yeah, do you want anything? No, I'm just...